I've got one more letter and one more heart to do on this little project. So I thought I better record it in maybe a better way, because as I'm sewing, I'm thinking, and hopefully I'll be able to capture some of those thoughts while I'm sewing the last letter. So it's going to say, and this is all just coincidence, hello. It's going to say, hello, my love, hello, heart, and then my love. And I've got the E and another heart to do. So this is sort of the serendipity of thinking while making, which I wanted to share with you. This was from Ashley's Willow workshop, where we had strips of fabric to weave between the willow. And towards the end of the day, I just folded up one of those strips of fabric, and then I went and pinched some cotton and a needle. It's me pushing the needle. I got some needle and thread from Dan, and I stitched up the back of where I'd folded here, not particularly neatly, and I don't know why. It was just stitching that way and then over and over. Haven't done the bookbinding course yet, so I don't know about that. But then when I had done that and I looked, I thought, okay, I've made some pages, and that wasn't my intention. I didn't actually have any intention. I just made these pages. Funnily enough, when I showed my son last night, he was like, oh, Mummy, you need to make a little cover. And I guess I could, but I kind of, the first thing I'd done yesterday was, after I'd done those stitches, is try to cover them over to create almost like a spine. Hasn't covered it as much now that I've undone it and redone it. But that's fine. So, yes, I've done a back stitch, which is just a stitch that my mum taught me ages ago. I like the fact that I can hide the beginnings and the ends, like the knots inside, and then they're not visible on the other side. I vaguely remember someone telling me that when you do cross stitch, you should try and make the back as tidy as the front in case anybody turns it over, but actually they can quite often end up quite messy at the back. I've tried to think about where I'm going to end up, so that I didn't have lines of cotton underneath creating ridges. So I've thought about the direction in that respect. And where I've ended up catching thread, I've left it. It would be natural to pull it out, but I thought it kind of represented quite nicely me being caught up in my thoughts, and that somebody that was creating this for somebody they loved, or stitching something for somebody they loved, as they quite often would in the past, they would be caught up in their thoughts about that person. And so to have little caught threads in the that come from the main body of the of this funny tiny fabric book. So that's why I left those. And that was just a chance. It happened and it made me reflect, and that's why I kept it. I was also reflecting on the fact that when I got married, and I don't know if I'll be able to find a photo of it, but when I got married, I actually, the last time I sewed something like this, I stitched onto a handkerchief. My dad uses hankies, or he always used to. And I stitched on a hanky. There's another one that's got caught. Like a circle with "You'll always be the first man I ever loved," which I made for my dad. I don't know if he's still got it or where it would be. Again, there's another one caught in there. And I haven't. It would be kind of easy to mark and make sure these letters look really exact, but that also would be, you know, life isn't exact, is it? It's not perfect, and love is definitely not perfect. So hello, my love. And this is a bit random. I just, when I was pulling the thread over to one side, I kind of liked that, so I kept it. No other reason that I liked it. So there we are, and you know, quite often gaps in things. So love. There's the bee. Another one's got caught. And I'll just sort of show you how I've been doing that if you're interested. So these are actually some scissors that my friend gave to me probably about 12 years ago now, because I altered a dress for her. I literally only took the strap up for her. It was quite easy, and then she got me those as a present, and I've had those ever since. I've got some other fabric cutting scissors and pinking shears and that kind of thing, which nobody is allowed to touch. So I've tied my knot, and I'm looking for, there we are, so I can get my fingers in. And this is an E. Let's think about tattoo artists when they spell something wrongly, and somebody's got to live with that. Not for the rest of their lives, because you can have it lasered off now. Actually, I've had to unpick some stitches. I think it was on the Y. I kind of went a bit too far up. Don't really know why I'm telling you that, or if that's even significant. So yeah, I'm just doing this very simple back stitch to create my letters. And then I don't know whether I'll take Benjamin's advice about making a cover. I'm doing this now. It's Friday morning, and I know that Dan and Ashley have got the... I tried to do as much as I could yesterday before I went to pick the boys up from school, but I'm doing this now, although I have done some experiments, some other stuff, but I wanted to finish it. And I know we're not meant to worry about finishing things, but I did want to finish it because not finishing things is one of my angsty points. So I want to try and get into the habit of finishing things if I can. And yeah, also one of my is it a flaw, character traits, is that I get bored of things quickly. I had my ADHD diagnosis the week before last, which reminds me I actually need to go and do the follow-on bits and pieces, because the lady has very kindly sent me my report now. And the fidgety thing, I can keep still. I think I got taught to keep still though. And so here I'm just going across there to make that little part of the E. The mental side of things, it was 5 or above for the mental side of things, and I scored a 9, so it's pretty high. But I kind of knew that anyway, and I'd been to the doctors about it before, because I just, like, my brain is on overload all the time. And I try to be organised, and then I forget about the bit of organisation that I did before. I'm going to take that back down. Oh, sorry, I've gone off the screen. Back down to here, because, not that. Yes, there, I am going to take it there. So that stitch runs behind, because I don't want it to go like diagonally or anything like that. And then I'll just go like, how will I go? Do I go in like that and like that? That's it, I think. Let's see. Sorry, my mind's gone, and I forget things so easily. So I'm really sorry, and thank you so much for actually listening to me waffle on in this video. I'm sure it's going to be a much longer video than I had intended. But it's not really only about this little book that I'm creating. It's also trying to explain me a little bit more. There's a lot going on. and I've got a lot to think about, not least because the foundation year is going to end a lot faster than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to last a bit longer. I thought we were going to be until the end of May, but it sounds like we're till the end of April. And I think because of, I haven't got confirmed dates, but my husband is going to get deployed at the end of April. So I think he's going to miss my final show. So yeah, my mind goes round and round and round and ping pongs on all these different thoughts and things that I need to get organised for me and the children. And we don't have family nearby. We've only lived in Bath just over a year now, so we don't really have many friends or anyone to rely on yet, apart from Tim and Lisa next door are amazing. They've been letting the dog out when I've been at uni, because I didn't realise the foundation year was going to have to be full time. So it's been a crazy roller coaster, which I've loved, but I've also felt really knackered, like I've been on a hamster wheel since September. I think I'm going to stop the video, because although I've still got my little heart to do, I'm going to end up just waffling and wasting your time. But you've got the gist. I'll do another little heart on that page. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.